Yannick is 22 years old. Yannick is half of Kevin's age. That means add 22 plus 22, Kevin is 44. Now Kevin is 4 times older than Lee, right? 4 times older than Lee. That means 4 times something is equal to 44. So Lee must be 44 divided by 4. So Lee must be 11. And then now, Gavin is 6 years older, so 11 plus 6 is 17. So, okay, again, probably can show better than I can tell, right? So this is what? Number 28. Alright, so let's do that. Whoops. Ah, well. Alright, so they said, I'm going to be, what's the word now? Yannick is 22. Yannick is half of Yannick is half of Kevin. Kevin is 4 times older than Lee. And what's the last one again? The last one is, oh, it's number 28. Alright. What's the last one now? Gavin is 6 years. 6 years older. Alright. So, if Yannick is half of Kevin, that means Kevin would have be some amount that is divided by 2 and it's equal to 22, right? Right, so it's some mystery number here. So obviously you would multiply both sides by 2 to get your answer there, right? So you multiply this by 2, you multiply that by 2, right? So Kevin is 44, right? So Kevin has to be 44. Now they say Kevin is 4 times older than Lee, right? So what we could have said here, we could have said that now let me see if what I have here makes sense. 4 times Lee is equal to a Kevin. But Kevin happens to be what? Kevin happens to be 44. So we're going to replace Kevin with what? We're replacing Kevin with 44. Well, I've never write that properly. Eh? There we go. So now let's divide both sides by 4. Divide this by 4. Divide that by 4. So Lee has to be what? Lee has to be 11 years old, right? So Lee right here. All right, now let me put that in blue then. And then of course Gavin will be 6 plus that 11. So 6 plus that 11. Yeah. So with this information here, we can figure out who the youngest member of the family is, right? 44, then 22, then 17, then 11. So the youngest member of the family, it would have to be Lee, right? So that right here is how you would help yourself to that information there. Yeah, a little bit of algebra. It's a little bit of algebra, not whole heap, but you know, you have your ways that can make sense. Because we could have said that Lee plus Lee plus Lee would I give you one of the Kevins, you know. So what we could do, I mean, it amounts to the same thing, because you still will have to divide the 44 by 4. You still end up with the you still end up with the 11. Or you could say 4 times box equal 44. You still end up with 11. So yeah, you know, I'll probably figure out another way to reverse engineer that. Let's see what else we have. Oh, hold on. This question, number 29. Number 29, hold on. We have to use what I them good. We have to use what I them good for this one, right? Let me see. Alright, hold on. I don't want it to be too large. Alright, so what they're saying is this is heavier than that. These are exactly the same, and this is heavier than that. So they want to know which object is the heaviest. Alright. Interesting. Alright. This is lighter than that. Right? And again, you have to be very careful with this. The only clue we have is this right here. This and this are equal. Right? This object is heavier than this. If it's heavier than this, it is also heavier than this one right here. Because this and this right here are viewed as the same in the middle. Right? So let us say this is 85, this is 75, and that's 75. So 75 equals 75, but this is 85. Right? And let us say that is like maybe 60 or something like that. Yeah? So this will be heavier than this and this. So the heaviest item have to be that one right there. So the answer is going to be this right here. So A and C is wrong because A and C is equal to each other. They're not the heaviest because something is heavier than at least that one. Right? And once you're heavier than one of them, you're heavier than both. Yeah. And I promise you that this is not... Wait, what? Not again. The internet has... And when I say the internet, what I mean by that is they're asking me to prove that I'm human. Okay, good. Alright, I got it without interrupting much. Yeah, so yeah, this is a tricky one. The only reason why you know what to do is because when you're a picnic and you play and you go on the seesaw, you know that if you're heavier, you're down here. You know, that's your only clue. Right? That's your only clue. Yeah. Yeah, that question was kind of straightforward, but not really. Oh, this is another one of the visual ones, right? This one is blatantly obvious though. A, there's no way you can fill up the 2 liter with A. And you can't fill it up with B either. Right? Now D is an overflow. And C, both of them are equal. So half plus half would give you all of that. So yeah. Yeah. So C is definitely an answer here. We can't go around that one. Right? We can't go around it. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I really thought that, okay, come on. This question is very, what's the word? This one, yeah, this one is kind of crazy. If you don't know your speed and time equation, you know, this is not the most straightforward question at all. Yeah. So you have to know your speed and time. Yeah. So, alright. The only thing we know for sure is that our answer cannot be the first one. Because you can't leave somewhere at 3:30 and arrive somewhere at 3:30. So you can eliminate A from the discussion right away. Alright? So let me see what else. So you have 4:45, 5, and 5:15. Okay. If you arrive somewhere 5:15, it means that it took you longer, right? It took you longer instead of the same amount. Oh, okay. Process of elimination would help you again. Like, even if you didn't know, you could use the time to help you, right? Because the difference between 3:30 and 5 is 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? Now this right here, let me use my marker here. This right here will be more than that. If you add 15 to 1:30, you'd have 1 hour 45, right? 1 hour 45. So that would have taken longer. Now, the thing about it is, this is what they said about this particular thing. On day 2, the same plane leaves at the same time, travels along the same route, but travels at a greater speed to the same direction. If you're traveling at a greater speed, it means that the